Hi guys, welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. I'm Anthony. Please like and subscribe and click that notification bell if you're enjoying the content that you have seen and want to know more. So in this video I'll be looking at who I think will be relegation candidates for the Super League in the 2021 season. I have 3 candidates and one you may be surprised to know I don't think will be in the bottom 3. So stay tuned. So these are totally my views of what I've seen so far in the first 3 games of the Super League season. I'm coming to you recording after the Friday night games, but this is what I think will be the bottom 3 of the Super League. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Hull KR is an honourable mention. I've got a feeling that they will be just outside the bottom 3, 4th from bottom possibly, as they have got their first win of the season under a team that is going through a transition period at this point. As of this recording has gone out, they would have just faced another team that's in a bit of a transition period in the 2nd year of it, but that result may change my mind a little. But I've got a feeling that as they picked up the first win before anyone else, they've got a chance, anyone else on this list that is, they've got a chance of keeping out of the bottom 3, with players such as Jordan Abdul and all who's pulling the strings, Adam Quinlan, Ben Crooks with his tries. If they can get Greg Minikin back fit, that'll be a good one. And also the marquee signing of Ryan Hall. They need to keep Matt Parcell fit as well, because he's a 9 out of 10 player. He gives them everything, every single game. So there is quality there, don't get me wrong. Plus the other big signing of Corbin Sims. If he can be half as effective as his brother Ashton was at Warrington, that'd be a great signing. He's gone for a couple of concussions recently, so that's a bit of a worry. As for instance, Tom Johnson, Wakefield is out for a month due to concussions, so they need to treat it a little bit easier, but they want to get off to a flying start, which they've shown against Huddersfield in the last game. They were unfortunate not to win by a bigger margin in my estimates, but they seem to run out of puff coming to the final quarter and leave gaps and stay compact rather than spreading the defence so that they can play a more expansive game or even be a tougher team to beat. Sliding defence rather than a compact defence. So I don't think that they're going to be in the bottom 3, so the butt of all the jokes of the recent Super League seasons are not going to be there. I know that's a disservice to Hull KR for saying that they're a butt of jokes, but it's one of those things. I don't think they're going to be there, so that's progress. I hope they continue to progress, and when they get fans in, they'll have a 12,000 capacity stadium, 12,250 if I'm not incorrect. And if they get that get Craven Park full, it'll be bouncy. So good luck to Hull. So Salford are next on my list, and they are facing, as a spoiler, they're facing the other side on this list tonight, about the 23rd of April. So they are in for a tough challenge, as they have not got off to a win, and with even the star quality that they have, they've not been able to produce the performances that Ian Watson of Huddersfield now produced for them last year as a coaching unit. The signings of Morgan Escaray, Callum Watkins, Joe Burgess, and also Elijah Taylor haven't come to fruition yet. So, as I said, they have got star quality, but they don't seem to have the cohesion. hope that they're not trying to do the same thing with what their opponents said at the beginning of the season. Only win the games that they can win. It's a bit sad. They should be getting better as the years got on because of the Super League Grand Final appearance 2 years ago. And the players that they have, they've got backs that can score points. Yes, 2 of them are aging, but are very, very experienced and consistent. If they get Joe Burgess fit and up to the running speed that he's shown at one Magic weekend where he just blew the team away for the fielder. Lee Mossop is in his final year, and so is Kevin Brown for Rugby League, so they should be up for it, trying to leave everything on the pitch. But it's not seemed to be working out, and it seems like Tui Lola here is the only one that's pulling the strings. He's the mastermind, he's the general. But if it keeps going like that, they'll lose him, because he's a quality player. And with Jackson Hastings announced that he's leaving Wigan at the end of the season, that's who they could be looking for. A midfield general like that. Don't know. Or they might go marquee signing anyway with Wigan. But they have got the star quality. They have got the people that can play the role, such as Andy Ackers, who's consistent. About an 8 out of 10 player. So, but it's smattering of Wigan players from the past, and they're not playing like it. They're just playing like, oh, they got injuries, and we need to get these up. I think they're resting the hopes on Deck Patton a little bit too much. He will be the replacement for Kevin Brown, but will it be in this division? Just don't know. I'm worried about Salford. They could easily slip into the bottom. They are going to be in the bottom 3 with my estimates, and they could easily slip out of the Super League if they don't get their act together. I think this is a team built for Ian Watson, and Ian Watson could get a tune out of them. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a change if there's no radical change in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Salford could change their coaching staff. But then again, they could win tonight against these. So as I said, these are the team that are going to be playing Salford, or have just played Salford the night before this recording goes out. And Leigh Centurions are another one that I feel that are going to be in the bottom 3. It's not because of who they are as a station and what went on with Toronto Wolfpack. No, it's because they've got elder statesmen, and they have not played at this level. They're either full-time, part-time that have just gone out to full-time, and have not really had time to bring those guys into it. Yes, they had a pre-season win against Warrington, but when the real season came in, they got blown away by Warrington. They also got blown away by Castleford. John Duffy has done wonders with this squad. As I said, some of them are an aging squad, which have been in the Super League for quite some time. I am looking at a couple of signings that they made just recently. First of all, Josh Sims on loan for St Helens, and also Anthony Gelling, who was last at Warrington. They're both X-Factors, they're both experienced at Super League level, and could add to the backs, the depleted backs, which have got quite a few injuries. So Gelling is going to be paired with Matty Russell again, as they were at Warrington for a season, I think, or half a season. Anyway, but they need to utilise what they already have. Ian Thornley is experienced with Wigan and Catalan and others. And also Ben Flower is a big, tough, on the front foot, go forward type player. He missed the Wigan game, and after that he's not really played as many minutes as he would like. They have a general in Liam Hood who needs to step up a little bit more for the boys at Lee, because on his day, again, I'm using this terminology quite a bit in these videos. He's around about a 7.5, 8 out of 10 player every single time. Ryan Braley at fullback has got an X factor and may not be as tuned as a couple of years ago, but he's still able to get points on the board and do the breaks, and they have some real pace in the back three. Matty Russell and Lewis Tierney as well as Braley. The one thing that may have them a little bit down at this point, as not available for selection, are Joe Mellor, Blake Wallace, Adam Sidlow and Jamie Ellis. Junior Sow is still unavailable at centre, a big powerful centre, formerly of Salford, and was a fan favourite there. But Mellor and Wallace are generals, midfield generals that can lead the team to win. If you're familiar with Toronto's rise up the leagues, Blake Wallace was instrumental in that. He was a go forward guy and was really their general. So him and Joe Mellor being out could mean a lack of creativity in the team, but they brought in Ben Reynolds, which is another creative force, but they can't allow it just to be him. Can't allow it to be on his shoulders only. He needs a bit of help. He needs to set a platform against Salford, try and run over their forwards and not get run over by themselves. Ikehefo, if he's on form, he can tear this league Centurions forward pack apart and break a few lines, as well as Paulie, another big unit. So I'm not too sure what's going to happen to Lee, but I do feel that they are going to be in the bottom three. But again, it may change with this result that has just been played. So my last pick for the final three is one that might be a little bit surprising, but I have alluded to in the previous video, and that's Wakefield Trinity. Yes, they have star power like Tom Johnson and also David Fafita, but they are actually all dropping like flies injury wise. They just lost Jacob Mellor as well because of an injury, a knee injury last weekend in their defeat to Saints. And Tom Johnson, as I mentioned, is out for almost a month now with concussions. It's a sad state of affairs at Wakefield, as they don't seem to have that big of a depth. I did talk about again in another video about them possibly bringing in David Fafita's twin brother Andrew, but they said yesterday, the 21st of April, that they are a million miles away from that signing, so they may have to look elsewhere. They have got some big pack players, some consistent 7 out of 10 players, but I'm looking at them and they don't seem to be, they're not that big a squad. And considering that they let Adam Sangata go because before they have got that signing done and dusted, their replacement forward for them, their numbers deplete. Again, it's an aging pack. Joe Westerman is in there, 31 years old, who has moved around and played some big clubs, and is coming up to his leadership years of rugby league, and probably got another 3 years in him. But I remember him using the outside of his hand to knock his kneecap back into place. So they need to keep him fit. If you want to see that, it's available on YouTube to watch. It is one of the weirdest videos you see, and he says he pops it out a few times a week. He used to pop it out a few times a week, he said. So yeah, they have got some good quality still, with Riesling at centre. Really good centre. I rate him very highly. Consistent, goes forward, never backs down. Has a bit of a Samoan sidestep on him, rather than an actual sidestep. But he's big, quick, and talented. That's why he got England calls up. Deserves it. He's a good man, a good player. At 28 years old, he should be coming up to his time. Coming up to his peak at centre. But I think he's more mentoring in his senior at this point. 20-year-old wing, and they need to keep him fit as a foil on the other side for Tom Johnson when he's fit. Again, that's why I feel that Wakefield are going to be in the bottom 3 this year, because they're going to struggle to keep quite a few of these players fit. It's already proved that. The only way that they can avoid all this happening is if they can get a decent run of games where they can win 10, 11, so that they can, and with everyone fit. It's going to be a tough task now that they've got quite a few players out for a month and a half. I do feel for Wakefield. I do fear for them as well. All that I can say is they need some luck to go their way. No concussions. Tom Johnson on top form, playing a full 80, will just give them that little bit more confidence. I'm a fan. That's why I keep mentioning Mr. Johnson. And he is a Wakefield player, committed to Wakefield, probably their highest paid player, barring, say, Andrew Fifita if he came in, and David Fifita possibly. But he can score anywhere and can be played on the wing for anyone, I reckon. He has finishing quality as well. So they're my 3. So before I go, it's just a quick update from the North American Rugby League as well, because the Portland Luggers have announced their second signing, and it's Moses Lalasava, and he is a 31-year-old winger. He's 5'9" and 210 pounds. He's from Suva, Fiji, and began playing when he was 6-year-old. He attended Queen's Victoria School and played for the school Old Boys for 7 years, beginning in 2018. In the off-season, he played rugby league for the Steelers in Fiji and Rabbitohs between 2012 and 2015, again Fiji. He then moved to Seattle and began to play for Seattle Sirens in the British Columbia Rugby CDI Premiership for Rugby Union, and he also played for the Seattle Seawolves from 2019, as well as the breakup of the coronavirus season. But he signs for the Portland Luggers, and what they're saying is, coming from the Seawolves, his blazing speed will truly help open up our offence this season. That's what they're hoping from Moses Lalasava, and they're hoping his experiences and for playing league at different levels will come in handy. Their description of him, that he is an ankle breaker. Again, he's another player that has played for the Miami Suns. So yeah, it's interesting times for Portland, and like everyone else who's just signed for the Western Conference as well. I thank you very much and welcome you to the RL family. So that's it, guys, another one in the can. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also if you subscribe you'll be one of the lucky 10 who will get merchandise for the channel. Our Hell Dominance t-shirts, again they're on Twitter through my Twitter page. Thank you again. Without you guys watching, I might not do these videos, but thank you no matter how many you are, and I'll see you in the next one.